Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get to, well, the really impactful insights.
Glad to be here.
So today, we're plunging into a challenge that's really hit a critical point for universities globally. People are calling it a perfect storm in higher education.
A perfect storm is a good way to put it.
Institutions are dealing with unprecedented financial pressures, big shifts in how education works, how it's valued even.
Definitely.
Just think about this for a second.
Right.
We've seen this huge drop in international students coming in.
Right. The numbers are quite stark.
Stark is the word. It's what, a $7 billion collapse in annual revenue globally?
Here's the figure often cited. Yeah.
Yeah.
About a 15% drop overall in that specific stream. It's significant.
15%. And that's just one piece. At the same time, the domestic student pipeline is shrinking too. Projections show maybe 13% fewer high school grads through 2041.
Which is a long-term demographic trend they have to face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then just to make things, more complicated, generative AI.
Yeah.
It's completely flipped traditional assessment on its head.
Oh, absolutely. Academic integrity is a huge question mark now.
You can just feel the urgency coming off these numbers, can't you?
You really can. And what's crucial here, I think, is recognizing this isn't something universities can fix with minor tweaks or the usual cost-cutting playbook.
Right.
Dan Lajoskar, the founder of EON Reality, he put it pretty bluntly. He said, universities can no longer afford to respond to this crisis with traditional cost-cutting measures. It's just not enough.
Because it's not just separate problems piling up.
Precisely. They're converging. They feed off each other. It demands a fundamental rethink of how higher ed actually delivers value.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to look at one example, an innovative response, this outcome-driven platform from EON Reality. Now, this platform, it claims it doesn't just address these challenges, but actually transforms them into, big opportunities for universities.
Bold claims.
Very bold. So for you listening, our mission here is to really unpack what a platform like this involves. What are its core pieces? And, critically look at how it supposedly turns these existential threats into immediate revenue generation, cost optimization, and market leadership positioning.
Yeah, let's see how they propose to back that up.
Okay, let's zoom in on the crisis itself first. Because the numbers, they really do paint a picture. That 15% drop in international students.
Billions in lost revenue right there. That hits budgets, programs, everything.
Everything. And then you add that projected 13% fewer domestic high school grads by 2041.
That's a long shadow. A shrinking traditional pool of applicants for decades.
So you've got less money coming in, fewer traditional students on the horizon.
And what's really fascinating, or maybe worrying, depending on your perspective, is how these pressures interact. They compound.
Right.
And the generative AI piece, it's not just another tech thing. It really does fundamentally change the game for academic integrity.
How so, exactly?
Well, think about it. Traditional essays, coding assignments, maybe even some basic research tasks. AI can generate those, or at least heavily assist.
Right, making it hard to know what the student actually knows.
Exactly. How do you assess genuine learning, individual skill, true understanding? It's incredibly difficult. So combine that with falling revenue and fewer students. Universities aren't just facing a financial squeeze. It's almost a crisis of relevance, of trust.
Wow. Okay, so the foundations are shaking. Traditional assessment, traditional business models, maybe they're collapsing. So what does a real alternative look like?
Well, that brings us back to the EON Reality example, their outcome-driven platform.
Right. They call it a comprehensive solution with 3 integrated pillars enhanced by enterprise AI orchestration. That's quite a mouthful.
It is. Let's break it down.
Please. What do these pillars actually do for a university that's trying to, navigate this mess?
Okay, think of the 3 pillars as the core strategic shifts. And that enterprise AI orchestration part, it basically means the AI isn't just a bunch of separate tools. It acts more like a central nervous system, connecting everything, learning, assessment, career guidance, even admin stuff, so it all works together smoothly.
Got it. More integrated.
Exactly. The whole point is to create real strategic opportunities, not just patch holes.
Okay, so pillar number 1, the skills pillar. This sounds like it tackles that assessment problem head on. They talk about AI-resistant learning and cheat-proof assessment systems. Now that sounds interesting. How on earth do you make learning AI-resistant?
Yeah. This is where the tech comes in. This pillar uses advanced extended reality XR.
So like VR and AR, virtual and augmented reality.
Exactly. That whole spectrum of immersive tech, it combines that with AI. So instead of just reading a book or watching a lecture, students are put into these immersive performance-based learning experiences.
Okay, give me an example.
Sure. Imagine a medical student practicing a complex surgery in a VR simulation, or an engineering student troubleshooting a virtual replica of an industrial machine using AR overlays on the real thing.
Okay, so you have to actually do something.
Precisely. You're problem solving, you're demonstrating skills in real time in interactive environments. Generative AI, well, it just can't replicate that. It can write an essay, maybe, but it can't perform the surgery or fix the machine in that interactive way.
So it's about practical application, not just memorizing facts.
Yeah.
And the assessment part, how does that become cheat-proof?
Well, as students work through these tasks, the system is watching. It's collecting data on their performance step by step. This becomes what they call automated accreditation evidence collection.
Okay.
So the assessment is the performance within the simulation or task. It automatically generates proof of competency. It shifts assessment from, did you memorize this, to can you actually do this?
Right.
And that directly tackles the academic integrity issue. Plus, it makes accreditation reporting way easier for the university.
Right, verifiable skills. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you build the skills. Then the second pillar, the jobs pillar, focuses on the outcome, bridging that gap between education and actually getting a job. They even talk about employment guarantees.
Yeah.
Sounds ambitious. How does a platform deliver an employment guarantee?
It is ambitious, definitely.
Yeah.
But the idea behind the jobs pillar is to build a whole career development ecosystem around the student.
How?
It uses AI for career guidance, helping students find paths that match their skills, the ones they just proved, using the skills pillar.
Connecting the two.
Exactly. And it also works on real-time curriculum alignment, making sure what's being taught is exactly what industries need right now.
Okay.
But the guarantee.
The guarantee part usually comes through partnerships. The university and the platform provider work directly with employers. These companies might pre-commit to hiring graduates who complete specific programs and, crucially, can demonstrate their required skills through these verifiable systems, like their verified skills marketplaces.
So it's not just hoping graduates find jobs, it's building a direct pipeline.
That's the goal. A much more direct, transparent link between learning and earning. It's a powerful selling point for students, obviously. No kidding. Okay, and the third one, the income pillar. This sounds different. It's about turning students into job creators, using no-code business development tools, like fostering entrepreneurs.
That's exactly it. This pillar is basically a built-in entrepreneurship platform. It uses data, they say, for founder selection, trying to identify students who show real potential for starting a business, not just those who raise their hand.
Interesting. So it's proactive.
Right. And then it gives them tools, specifically no-code tools, which let them build websites, apps, business prototypes, without needing to be expert coders.
Lowering the barrier significantly.
Hugely. And it doesn't stop there. It also aims to provide direct access to global investment networks, connecting these student startups with potential funding. So yeah, it's about nurturing that entrepreneurial spirit and potentially driving local economic growth right from the campus.
Okay, these three pillars, skills, jobs, income, they paint a really comprehensive picture, a big transformation. But I'm thinking about university leaders, already stressed, budgets tight. The big question is always, how do we actually do this? And maybe more importantly, how fast can we see some kind of return? They need practical steps, not just a vision for 10 years down the line.
Absolutely. That's critical. And this specific platform, EON Realities, addresses that with a staged rollout. They have these 3 priority tiers.
Tiers, okay.
Yeah, it lets universities kind of ease into it, get some early wins, build confidence before going all in on the full transformation.
So tier 1. What's first?
Tier 1 is designed for speed. We're talking 30 to 90 days. The focus is squarely on quick financial wins.
Like what?
Things like using campus spaces that aren't busy, maybe setting them up for corporate training revenue generators, offering specialized XR training to local companies, for example.
Using existing assets differently.
Okay. Exactly. Also, implementing faculty optimization systems. Using AI tools to cut down on administrative tasks, potentially reducing those costs by, they claim, up to 40%, which frees up faculty time. And maybe finding ways to monetize other underused spaces on campus. It's all about immediate financial relief and efficiency gains.
Right. Stop the bleeding, find some quick cash. Makes sense. So once that stabilized things a bit, what's tier 2?
Tier 2 kicks in around the 3 to 6 month mark, and here the focus shifts to more strategic growth.
Okay.
This is where universities might start developing next-generation academic programs, maybe using those XR and AI tools we talked about to attract students into new emerging fields.
Building on the skills pillar.
Right. And crucially, linking these new programs to those industry-aligned career pipelines with employment guarantees from the jobs pillar. It's also about building a more crisis-resilient educational infrastructure, something less vulnerable to future shocks, whether that's demographics or tech shifts.
Okay, getting more strategic.
On the long game. Tier 3. Tier 3 is the longer view, maybe 6 to 18 months out. This is about really cementing a leadership position.
Oh.
Things like establishing a virtual international campus, using immersive tech to bring in overseas students remotely, potentially restoring that lost international revenue stream. Also, building a stronger research and innovation ecosystem, connecting with industry, maybe accessing new funding that way. The ultimate goal, for the university to become a true regional economic development hub, driving innovation, creating jobs locally, really transforming its role.
That's a big ambition. Now, you mentioned the financial side earlier. The projections they share are, well, pretty eye-popping.
They are quite striking.
Like even a conservative investment around $350K, they project generating $1.45 million in the first year with a, 2,460% ROI over 3 years.
Yeah, and the moderate and aggressive scenarios show similarly high year-one returns and 4-digit ROIs over 3 years.
Which sounds amazing, but for a university already under pressure, even that initial $350K might be tough to find. How do they get institutions over that hump?
That's a very fair question. And they seem to acknowledge it by offering these risk-minimized partnership models.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means they offer different ways to structure the deal. Things like revenue share partnerships, where the university's upfront cost is minimal, and EON Reality basically gets paid out of the new revenue generated. Their success is tied to the university's success.
Okay, skin in the game.
Exactly. There are also success fee models, where payments only kick in when specific agreed-upon targets are met. Again, less upfront risk. And for universities that are really cautious, they offer pilot-to-scale programs, like a 90-day trial period to validate the approach before committing fully.
So options to make it less daunting financially.
But that seems to be the idea, lowering the barrier to entry for what is admittedly a major transformation.
Okay, so let's pull this all together. Beyond the features, the tiers, the financials, what's the big picture here? What are the core sustainable advantages a platform like this promises? How does it fundamentally change a university's position, especially thinking back to that crisis we started with?
I think it creates a really foundational shift. You're talking about putting in place AI-resistant assessment methods that restores academic integrity, which is huge right now.
Pretty huge.
You're introducing automated systems that they claim can cut faculty admin burden by 40%. Imagine what educators could do with that freed up time.
More teaching, more mentoring.
Potentially. And critically, you're building these verified skills portfolios that back up those employment guarantees. That's a powerful promise to students worried about their future. Dan Lajerskar, again, he calls it a complete transformation framework that turns current challenges into permanent competitive advantages.
Turning challenges into permanent advantages. That's a bold way to frame it.
It is. And they argue they can do it by leveraging their long history in XR, 25 plus years, and tightly integrating it with AI and these enterprise systems. It creates, they say, high-quality interactive learning that can scale massively. It's designed to be more than just a collection of tools. It's a whole new operating system in a way.
So not just piecemeal fixes, but a holistic overhaul.
That's the pitch. Positioning universities not just to survive the storm, but actually to lead the way in what education looks like next and how it connects to the economy.
It's definitely clear that something this comprehensive offers a very different kind of response to the challenges higher ed is facing. So stepping back from this specific example, what does this type of approach, this level of integrated tech and strategic change, mean for the future of higher education more broadly?
Well, I think it signals that institutions that are agile, that have foresight right now, they have this really unique window. It's not just about fixing problems anymore.
Right.
It's about actually defining what comes next. Universities that embrace these big strategic shifts powered by technology like AI and XR, they're the ones who get to shape the future of education and regional economic development in the AI-driven economy. They move from reacting to leading.
So a real first mover advantage for those willing to take the leap.
potentially a very significant one. It really makes you, the listener, think, doesn't
Yeah.
it? What does agility truly mean for these big institutions today? And what role will these deep tech-driven transformations play in making sure universities remain the places where tomorrow's leaders and innovators are actually forged? Are they just reacting to change, or are they finally starting to drive it?